Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Ayutthaya. And what we're going to take a look at is we're going to take a look at kind of one of the more remote sites that are here in the old capital. We're going to take a look at Wat Phraya Kong. The construction of it, they don't really know when it was built. They think maybe around 1350 or so, or it could have predated that also. There's laterite stones here on site. So it might have had part of the Khmer that came down from Lopburi that set up their outpost here before, and then they later during the Ayutthaya era, they built on top of it and made the Ayutthaya style halls. Anyway, it's an abandoned ruin. There's not a whole lot to see, but it's kind of interesting. So let's walk through here. I'll show you the area, and then we'll look at the ruins, and let's enjoy it. Now, why I say it's one of the more remote ruins is there's no real landmarks. You just kind of come off the road, and there's a little tiny road that comes down, and this is fairly new. This was been added the last couple years or so. And then you have rice paddies and some farmhouses and stuff like that here. And you can just see it's pretty rural out here. Here's kind of the most substantial structure. It's somebody's house. And then you come up in here, and the site itself doesn't look like much. It was not even anything. It was just overgrowth, brush and everything in 2010. And then they've came back in here and kind of cleared the brush and made it into a meditation center. And there will be a monk over here, and you can talk to him if you want. But it is really, really rural kind of country. So let's go up in here. And underneath this tree right here, you see they put the sign. It kind of looks like maybe the debris of an old chetty, but it's hard to tell. There's too much overgrowth. And then you see here, here's a sign, and it is a registered monument by the Fine Arts Department. They prohibit anybody from coming over here and building structures on it. So what they've done is they put a couple monk quarters kind of around, and they've cleared the brush off the main hall, and you can see kind of some of the images that are here. Yeah, all through the brush here, you can see the debris of the old bricks and laterite stones and stuff like that. And they've came and they've cleaned this up. This used to be all overgrown, and they've made kind of a nice little walkway here, and then you can go up and see the Buddha images. And then they have the place over here for the monks to give you a little talk. And it'd be more of the forest sect, so you come over here and do some meditation and stuff like that. And you can see where they've built a platform here, and then they've put the images up right here. So people have come, prayed, burned the candles and stuff like that. And then you can see just what's left of the original building. There's not a whole lot here, and they've kind of braced it up to keep it from collapsing down. And you have that tree that's growing. Now, what is famous about this, or what's important about it, is they had all kinds of Buddha images here, and they think that there might have been a gallery with the Buddha images, and some of them were quite large, and they were hand-carved Buddhas as opposed to being made out of the brick and mortar that you see at most of the temples. And you can see the large laterite stone that is underneath this image. And those were found on site, so that's why they say that might have been the Khmer that had a building that was built over here. There's quite a few of them, especially that you see in the early Ayutthaya era buildings, that they incorporated the laterite stone. And this is what I was talking about as far as some of the Buddha images. And these were all hand carved out of the sandstone. And then they've had looters that have taken the important ones. They've had vandals that have cut the faces off, like that one right there. You can see they just cut the face of it off. And then if you look at the back, it has its hair rolls and everything. Yeah, you see some of the little debris. And what they've done is they've put a modern Buasima stone. But this one here was a large image. You can see that's just the head, and they've set it on the legs of another one. And then you see this small little one right there, and you can see they hand carved all of that, and then some of the other ones. Pretty interesting. And then there's what's left of the little wall. And then over here, this is the place you can sit and talk with the monk. He'll give you the stories and stuff. And they got an old boat over here that's being ate up by termites. And then you can see how country this is. These are the places for the monks. So this is an old abandoned ruin, but they still have monks that stay out here. This is pretty Spartan living, but for the forest monks, they can come out here and meditate and kind of feel good about things. Now, the second building that's on this site is this square-based chetty, and it's collapsed down. There's not a whole lot to see, but it's just the bricks out here in the tree. And you can see over here, this is part of the chetty that's still intact, and there are Buddha images that are around here, and then all the brick and everything else, and the tree is growing up on it. I don't know how tall this would have been. They don't know. It's just collapsed down, and then you can see the hollow core right here. And this has been cleared a little bit so you can see the structure some. Yeah, all through the trees they have some of these little images all set up, and they have a couple little trails that they've cleared. That goes back to another monk quarter back here. Now, the name of this comes from one of the people involved in the Nakhon Pathom chetty back in the old days when that was Dawadi era, and that was a coastal town. And so they added it because there's supposedly a tie here with the Dawadi, and then also some of the Buddha images that they brought from sacking Angkor in 1430. I was reading a little bit about it, but it was kind of a confusing story. Anyway, I'll put the best description down in the video that I can. And then this is one more little Buddha image, so you can climb around here through the trees and see stuff like this. So you can see this is a Buddha image they've set on the base of a really large one. And then there's some more pieces back over there. And then you can see up here, yeah, this is pretty cool. So you can see the wall, and then you can see some of the Buddha images here. And then this square chetty would have had like some little notches, it looks like, for some Buddha images that would have been around. And then you can see one of the modern monk buildings over there. And then just all the rubble, debris, and little Buddha images that would have been around here. Yeah, this is the best part of this old chetty right here. Not a whole lot more to see. And so that's where the monks stay now. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's many amenities here. So whenever it gets dark, they go to bed, and then they're up at sunrise. I don't know if there's electricity. I see some water here, so they do have water on site. There's probably electricity, but I see some solar panels with some of the lights. It's hard to say what they got going on here. I've never been over here at night. This is my first visit here to this. And you can see the old hall. And it's kind of up on a little bit of a rise here. So this probably floods during the rainy season. And this is what it looks like over here. You have the little boat and the little shrine. And it looks like kind of a cool image. I don't know if they've taken any out of here and put into like the Bangkok National Museum, but probably so. And then a place here where people can come and sit and talk to the monk. Okay, so the monk says that they had 3 images like this right here, and they've taken them to the Bangkok National Museum. This is what it's looked like in the past. You can see how it's flooded, and then they had a little wooden walkway to get over here, so they fixed it up quite a bit. You can see here how it's basically underwater right here. And there's some pictures of those ones. So these are ones we still can actually see. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Pretty nice little site, and that's right up there. And then down over here, this goes to over here where the monks stay. And the pictures of those where this is underwater. Yeah, and then from the little place here, just looking right out on the rice paddies. Yeah, pretty nice. We'll finish up a pretty quick little video over here at this Wat Phraya Kong. This is interesting enough. I like going and seeing stuff like this. You never know what you'll find out here in the jungles around Ayutthaya. There used to be probably about 300 temples that were in this area, or that's what they know about. So, and this is one that's not too many people know about. It's just kind of out here. It's a remote site, but it's kind of cool to go and walk around here and look. I wished I could see a little bit more of that square chetty, and I wish I knew a little bit more about it. I think that would be quite interesting to see. And from the styling just that you could see, it would have looked like a pretty cool structure back whenever it was built. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and then you get to see some more content of stuff like this. And leave me a comment, tell me what you think. If there's other sites that you want me to see or are interested in, or if you know more about it, let me know also in a comment down below. But anyway, from over here in Ayutthaya, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.